Okay, so good evening, everyone. Welcome to the second session of Career Week organized by Bits Embryo. We are thrilled to continue this exciting journey of career exploration today, and we turn our focus to one of the most in demand fields right now, data science. This session will offer valuable insights into the field along with an opportunity to interact with two distinguished industry experts and Bits Plani alumni. Career Week basically aims to introduce students to a variety of career pathways and helping them gain a well-rounded understanding of different industries. Each session will feature experienced professional who will provide guidance, followed by Q&A, where we encourage the audience for active participation. It is an honor to introduce today's speakers, Mr. Vinay Joshi, who earned his MTech in mechanical engineering from BITS Pilani. Despite his background in mechanical engineering, his keen interest in analytics led him to transition into data science. He is currently a lead data scientist at Uber, where he works with cutting edge machine learning and artificial intelligence technologies to drive impactful business decisions. Mr. Anjani Kumar, another esteemed alumnus, is also joining us today. He has built a strong career in data science and is currently a lead data scientist at AP Moller Maersk. With extensive experience in leveraging AI and big data for optimization and strategic decision making, he brings valuable insights into the evolving landscape of data science. We sincerely appreciate Mr. Vinay Joshi and Mr. Ranjani Kumar to taking their time to share this knowledge. Please join me in giving them a warm welcome as we begin this session. Mr. Vinay Joshi and Anjani Kumar, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Karthik. S- So I'm open for the agenda. Basically, whatever questions right you have, you can ask me.
Yeah, sure.
Vinay, you want to start? You can take the floor. I can go next. Up to you.
You can introduce and then I will go ahead.
Okay, fine. Thank you. So, as Karthik mentioned, right, I'm Anjani Kumar, and I am currently working as a lead data scientist into AP Moller Mox. Currently, this just to tell you about the company background, right? This is a shipping logistic company, and it's almost 120-year-old company, right? Where we work on all the logistic parts of in across the world. Okay, so maybe it is a vessel, or maybe it's a land transport, or air transport, right? So we deal with all these things. So there, my role involves in the data science capabilities. So wherever there is a data science requirement, we go and we solve the use case. Apart from that, I have worked for various other companies, renowned companies, and I have close to 17 years of experience into IT industry, and 7+ years into data science. So I can say I've seen a transformation, how things are changing. Basically, when we started, right? So it was a very different things altogether. But with the time, there is a new demand which is coming into market, and I think data science and AI, right? AI ML is booming, and it's not optional nowadays. It's like kind of mandatory to have at least basic understanding of this AI ML space. Okay, so yeah, that's all about me, Vinay.
Yeah, thanks Anjali and thanks Karthik for. I'm currently working at Uber as lead business analyst in the data science and analytics department, and Uber, to you all know, we have been using around. So I work with the Uber Eats department for the Australian New Zealand region. So wherein I work with the all the analytics of the restaurant operations of things like Uber Eats as a business or is similar to like Zomato, wherein there are three particular pillars into it. Like one is the restaurants, then one is the eater, and one is the courier partner, which carries from the eater to the restaurants. So me and my team work along with the restaurant operations team of the Australian New Zealand region department, and we work along with the data analytics or like all the data related requests they have, and we whatever we can. We collaborate and work along for increasing the business and grow in the region for those reasons. Also, I have worked along with the global strategic finance team, which focuses on like building, like and forecasting the revenues and the profits and the on the finances metrics of the company. So that I have worked on all of this kind of areas in Uber so far. And before joining Uber, I had worked at IQVIA, which is a healthcare consulting company, wherein I started my journey in uh, data science and analytics, and I got exposed to that. So it's wherein my work was around market research, analytics, on drug research, and all of those things. Matlab quite different what you do in regular engineering and all. So yeah, more of but the fundamentals of data remain same. So this has been my journey, and my background has been from I've done my bachelor's and master's both into mechanical engineering and master's in mechanical design, and CFD and thermal have been my electives. So yeah, that's it.
Okay, sir. Then to start with the questions, first question, my first question is, so for someone who is unfamiliar with data science, how would you explain it to them? Like, what is data science and why does it exist? What is its significance?
Uh, okay, shall I answer, Vinay?
Yeah, yeah, sure.
Okay, thank you. So, see, it's all about finding interesting insights, I can say, in a simple term. So what happens in the regular engineering work is you have a standard way of working where you create something, right, which has been asked, and then you go and create. So there is everything is fixed, like you write your code which do some fixed kind of things, right, and then you get something as a output. What happens in data science, you have a data. Now it's your responsibility to understand what this tells, what story it tells, right, and then how you can I can say communicate this to the business. So finding the insight, the story, right, and then how it is going to be useful for the business is what data science is, in a very layman term I'm talking about. So yeah, I think it is very very crucial nowadays, right, where if you people are following, right, any of the data science AML, I can say channels, or right, or articles, no, uh, there are so many things happening in Gen AI now, in area, right, Gen AI, uh, LLMs and all, right. So there are so many, I can say, fascinating words, right, people are using, and they are creating, right, a lot of LLMs and all. And what is this? These are all kinds of experimentation done in the data science field, and it has given you the capability to do your things, simplify your life. So in a nutshell, this is all what I said.
Yeah.
Yep.
So mostly like Anjali has beautifully like captured in very simplicity about the data and the things. So yeah, just reiterating the context key at one part, like how does data originate from? Like we are using from our systems in terms of like right now we are recording this. This is also data. We are using in terms of like Instagram or any kind of like social media, that we are capturing the data. And then the point starts from the data science journey started from wherein like we started capturing the data and storing the data, and after that things started coming in. So here sits data and here sits the business. So what is the connecting point how it's actually helping the business grow, and how and we sitting as data professionals sits between the business and the data, and we help the business. When we say business, is something like people who are laymen in terms of understanding engineering or in understanding data science things. So we help them simplify uh, like the insight from the data. So yeah, so the uh,
Okay, so sir, like you defined data science, so could you now share your story that when you first entered BITS Pilani, did you want to pursue a career in data science or did you explore other career options? How did you decide that you are going to enter in data science?
yeah. So for me, it was uh, like I before entering masters at BITS, I had worked at like in manufacturing consulting, and like I worked across like manufacturing sector and mechanical sector for heavy engineering and all. And and my idea was to pursue research and development, and therefore I pursued my masters focused in design or R&D and all. So while I entered at BITS, so I got exposed to the like data science world. Okay, this is also something which is like coming up and booming up, and like couple of problems are not yet solved up. So which can be the new upcoming thing, and like good problems could be solved here, and uh, and it is an area of growth. So and I started getting exposed there, and I had parallel avenues. Like one was like R&D, and parallel to it, data science was also one of my parallel options, and I started exploring it.
Okay, so if you ask me, Karthik, basically I was already working in data science field, but somewhere in the mind, right, there was two things which always pushes me. One is like what is the math behind that, right? So I wanted to understand the deeper, right, maths, how things are happening. That is one thing, and definitely I wanted to go for BITS Pilani because it is one of the prestigious institute, right? In so that was something which was pushing me to do that. So when I joined this course, see, we were doing things, using a lot of libraries and creating models and all, but when we when we went inside the math part, right, then we actually come to know that how things are working, how linear algebra is helping us, right, to create things. Because see, all the libraries nowadays, if you see, right, there are so many libraries which are available, right? You just simply call and use it, but understanding them is important, right? Because see, if you just use it something, right, you are just a user of a tool, right? So what is value are you going to add if you do not understand what is in depth of those things, right? So understanding is required, and that will help you to do the research part. Let's say tomorrow you are planning for PhD, or doing any kind of research work, right, in the company also, you may require to have the deeper understanding. So that's why it is very important, and that two things pushes me for this data science MTech program.
Nice. And sir, many non-CS background students are worried, can they enter data science? How difficult is it going to be enter data science without a CS degree? So, what advice do you have for them?
uh, See, in a simple term, anyone who has your basic knowledge, right, basic knowledge of engineering, they can do.
Mm.
Okay. I will not say even engineering, if let's say you are commerce background people, but you wanted to learn, that's all. You should have that, because see, there is no prerequisite that you should have all these things required to enter into data science field. I have seen so many people who were like BTech from mechanical or chemical, and they converted as a data scientist. But the journey is little longer because the course, right, which you follow is generally longer. So BITS Planet itself is like 2 year program. But if you go in a market, right, and see, at least 6 months is the minimum time which you have to spend to get at least a decent job. So 6 month thorough study along with the practical implementation is what required. That is my view, to get at least a decent job, I can say. Otherwise, if you are going for full-fledged program like BITS Plan is offering, or other institutes are there definitely. So with that, you have to spend 2 year of time to get that. But yeah, I can say anyone who are interested, they can do. There is no prerequisite.
Okay, sir.
I would like to add some more points to engineering part. While I was pursuing all of my curriculum on like core mechanical areas, and also there was a course going around on electives of like minors in data science from Professor Gohil. So like it was the biggest course going around on the campus. The whole there was the biggest class of the, and most of the folks were coming on from non-CS background, like mechanical, pharma, and all of the folks. And the most important perception is that there is a lot of coding involved from the DSA perspective or from the other angles of perspective. And for me, when I ended my like on campus journey, when I started my PS, I was not well. I had very basic exposure to Python or all, but I had more exposure towards MATLAB or towards computation or towards all the mathematical modeling part of things, not towards the pure coding part of things. But the fundamental thing is what maths exposure we have, and the problem solving exposure we have, and how we as engineers solve the problem. At my time at IQVIA, it was wherein engineers were in altogether very minority. Out of the team of 125, there were only two engineers, so two or three engineers. So there, it was a conventional company wherein only statisticians were hired for a data science role. So they had MSc statistics and all, and the advanced analytics team they used to call in. So The idea is ki it's not just ki like we coming from engineering, we have a very high edge ki we are well versed with mathematics, that makes us all very like gives us the edge over data. And then to anyways like problem solving and logical reasoning and algorithms are like anyways step ahead. So yeah.
Nice. So like you said, you can learn for 6 months and get a decent job. So, how would you say has the data science market evolved? Like, what skills are the most demand today?
So, to answer this right, see, if I see 4 5 year back, knowing simple no Python, statistics, and machine learning will do good. Like people were hiring because they know that you have that knowledge and you can do. But since the evolution of this generative AI, right, and LLMs, now the I can say expectation has increased. Okay. And why it has increased? Because there are so many things which these LLMs are capable of doing that even people are now avoiding typical machine learning engineers, data scientists who are just doing the kind of a basic work like finding something from the using statistical techniques or doing a machine learning jobs. So now you should be, I can say, one step ahead how these LLMs are working, right? And you should be thinking in that way that what else I can do, how I can contribute. So in that way, if you think, then only you can survive in this market. Otherwise, it is difficult, I can say. Because even see earlier 5 years, 6 years, 7 years down the line, right? It was a huge kind of thing of respect that you were in data science field. People were giving so much respect, and you were like a kind of a god in a company, right? Because there are only few people. Now even you see, right, everybody, like if you find 5 engineers, right, out of that at least 4 are doing some course in data science, so they have that knowledge, and there is definitely a competition. So out of that competition, if you wanted to come out, you should be something different. That's why there are a lot of hackathons which are happening. Participate in that. Kaggle, a good source of, right, gaining knowledge. There are competition happening there also. Participate in that, right? Try to solve use cases which you think are little different than what we are having, right? Try to find some use case and just try to fix that, okay, using data science ML techniques. And I think this impresses the company, right, who are going to hire, and then they hire you. So these are the ways I can say which we have to adopt. Simple learning, ML, simple learning statistics will not work, at least in today's scenarios. You should be focusing on the advanced learning part, where deep learning, especially knowing about the transformers, NLP area, right? But encoder decoder, right? These architectures, how they are helping you, right? You have to know this thing to go in this domain in the market. Yeah, Mirat, over to you.
Yeah, so like as Anjani mentioned, that's very true because like currently the like earlier like 5 years before the Chat GPT era, like that's a turning point in this thing. So whatever even like I started off with very basic Excel. Like my data journey started with Excel, then it evolved to SQL, Python, and then big data. Then it slowly gradually increased to like involving Hive tables, Hadoop, and like GCP and all. So the point was that earlier we used to write very like complex formulas in Excel, like VB or whatever you want to write, even Python codes. So now ChatGPT can write your code in like fraction of minutes or fraction of time. Like earlier, which the with logic building might take couple of time. So how will you distinguish yourself is a very because is a unique thing. Earlier, just writing the logic live could be a differentiator, but that's not the only differentiator which associates, because whatever time suppose a day would take for you to build a logic might take like couple of minutes now. So like
True.
the technologies could be add on, or like the projects or different kind of skill sets could be add on. And I would also say ki, as per my understanding of things, so even business context ki how data can solve business problem or finding insights out of it is still a differentiator. So that insight generation from yourself and understanding data in a better way, that is something it's a journey basically. uh, but yeah, well, uh, like competitions and all can of course help us grill around. Yeah.
I would like to add here, Vinay. So what happens here, right? That since this is very, kind of fascinating world, right, where things are people are using GPT or any other models, right, for doing things. So it's very easy that anyone comes saying, okay, can you solve it using data science? But we should be in a condition to say whether this use case require data science work, or it's simple can be solved using engineering flow or work. Okay, so you have to convince your, I can say, stakeholders or leadership, right, that not every case required use of data science and machine learning. Okay, so we should be in a position to differentiate and say that, okay, this use case can be solved by data science, ML, and gen AI approach, or it is a simple flow, or maybe a engineering work which we can do. Why just since we know that there are some terms we are just using. So you have to understand your use case thoroughly to explain this to your stakeholders and your leadership.
Okay, sir. Sir, I had another question. Like, what traits do hiring manager look for in a data science candidate beyond technical expertise? Like, technical expertise is at this point many people must have, but there would be a differentiating factor except technical expertise. And what do you think it is?
See, problem solving is one, I can say. It is very crucial. Like how you understand the problem, how you define how to, like, the steps, right? So understanding the problem, approach to solve that problem, these are, I can say, crucial things for anyone, right? To differentiate, because if, let's say, I know some packages, I can say I know this thing, I can explain. But let's say you got a complex use case itself where understanding the problem statement is very much required, right? First, then only you can solve. So how you are understanding that problem, how we are splitting into steps, how you are then uh, you can say adding the value by, taking all the steps, and then trying to see whether this can be solved using data science or what. So problem solving skills, uh, I can say good decision making skills, right? These are very much required. So, and then that you can gain by solving as many problems as you can. So there is no fixed rule that you should solve 5, 10, 15 use cases and you're good to go. So if you are a smart guy, if you can do 2, 3 use cases, and you can think logically, right? You can I can say understand the problem statement. It's good. Someone takes maybe 20 use cases, 30 use cases to come to that position. So I can say this is very crucial apart from technical skills, whatever we want. Yes.
So like as you mentioned, like live case studies or like problem solving is the main key things. Like Python, SQL, or other tools are something which like are the basic prerequisites, but problem solving is something because which will get differentiated. Like normally like estimates, case studies, or something wherein like how data pitches in, and whether there is a need of the data or not, whether it's a data science problem or not. That was a very also good addition from you. And yeah, so like case studies are a good practice playground of data perspectives, particularly.
One more thing I want to add here. See, if you know, there are a lot of research papers available, right, for kind of everything, like all the use cases people are solving, right? So for those use cases, there can be, you will find at least one research paper for that. Okay, so if time permits, go and study that research paper, because it will give you idea how those people were thinking when they came to that specific problem. Because see, when you get a use case, right, or problem statement, basically I can say, so you think that how will I solve this problem, then you will try different techniques. All those techniques, all those ways of implementation will be mentioned in the research paper. So it is very good idea that you study that, you understand that, and that is going to definitely help you. Okay, because apart from problem solving skills and all, when you go for a real time use case, right, those approaches helps. So if time permits, at least plan for one research paper a week or 2 weeks, it's fine, but please study those things. also. It will definitely help you.
Okay, sir. And sir, one more question. Like when budding data aspirants are studying, they entering the market, they do make some common mistakes. What do you think those are, and how can they avoid them?
Vinay, you want to take this question?
Mm, you can go ahead if you have some points. I'm also good with.
So, so see what happens. No, people generally focus only on technical skills. Okay,
Hmm.
I can say technical skills are required. It is very much required to enter into market, but you should be able to, you can say, you should have a no problem solving skills. Like I said, no, you should be able to understand the problem. You should, because see, data is coming from variety of sources. Data is and that data is good, that is good, data is not good, because there are so many things that happen. So first of all, data analysis skills is required, problem solving skills are required, how you break down those problems right into a small chunks or statements, right, so that you can solve it. And then storytelling part. So let's say you created a good use case, you solve it using data science
Hmm.
use case, right, by technical skills, but you are not able to convince, because generally what happens, right, in data science, that we create something, but to the stakeholders we are not able to convince. So when we are not able to convince, whatever effort you put, right, it is gone, because your stakeholders are not convinced at all to use it, because there is a dollars value involved in that. uh, for example, let's say I work for a use case, and when it comes to explain, I am not good in explaining my thoughts, explaining my idea, right, to the people. What will happen? They will simply reject. No, we cannot use. We cannot use. So thing is, all your effort is gone. You might have spent a month, 2 months, 3 months of time, right? And that is gone, because those 30 minutes, 1 hour of time where you have to present the things, you're not able to present. This doesn't happen generally in, I can say, in general engineering work, because it comes from them. They will tell you that, okay, you do this step, you do this step, you do this step, and then you complete that. But here it is your knowledge, it's your analysis, it's your output, and you are trying to convince your stakeholders and leadership team. So that are very much crucial. Yes, Vinay.
Yeah, yeah. So like this is basically more of on the communication or like data storing telling point of view, which is a very important skill set, which uh, which is something a significant thing what uh, is important, and which comes with practice as well. And of course, and the most important thing what I have observed, and I'm also worked on key like trying to understand why there is a need for this analysis or this project. Because data as a team is an enabler of decision making, analytics or data science. So why business creates like suppose sales department creates a requirement, or suppose business any kind of department. There are multiple departments in the team considering a conventional company. So the problem arises from there, and we as from the data science data analytics team try to help uh, those decision makers might be sitting on the leadership positions or whatever. So we try to help them out. So primarily is to understand ki why that problem arised and sitting in those shoes and then trying to solve that problem. So this actually helps in reaching a better solution compared to if you don't think in that perspective. If you just think that's there is a raw form data and you try to come up to solutions and formulate things out of it. So this is something. This approach is something which comes in the beginning. It's difficult to understand, I feel.
And just to add one more thing here, that you should always ask questions. Don't assume things. Okay, let's say if you got a use case, don't assume that this will be the case. Ask questions. Ask as many questions you feel that it should be relevant to the use case, right? Once you are satisfied with those answers, right, then only you can solve the problem. Otherwise, it might be that there may be some general idea on the stakeholders mind, and then they will say like, we wanted this to be done, but whether it is actually required, why it is required, it is to always required, always we should be knowing, and it is important. So yes.
Okay, sir. And sir, what do you think that a person in college should do to build a good portfolio that he could enter an entry level job at data science? Like what, like you mentioned, the technical skills and problem solving he needs, but what kind of portfolio and projects does he need to do so that it's impressive resume?
So few things which generally I followed, I suggest to my mentees, right? Like, see, you should have a, nowadays people are using LinkedIn. Or you will find a lot of hiring managers there, right? So you should have very good LinkedIn profile. That is one. You describe whatever you are doing, or you whatever you are planning to do, right? So those things you mentioned very clearly, and choose the words wisely, because ATS, there is something called ATS, right, which checks for all those words, right? So not at least in LinkedIn, but at least in a resume they will check for those things. So if you have a resume, attach that resume, create a good resume, and attach it with your profile, right? So that anyone who wanted to offer you a job, right, or wanted to understand your profile, they can go and check. This is second thing. Then try to connect with the people who have similar interests, like you. So send them request, and ask them for any help. Let's say you wanted someone to refer you to company, to write a polite message asking for, or requesting for, to for a reference. So that thing. And I can say technical skills are anyhow it is important, but at least if you wanted to reach to a place where you get a call for interview, you should be doing all this. You
Okay,
want
sir.
to add something?
Yeah. So like the ATS is a very important thing nowadays. Like coming to that, so the first thing is ki, as students we work on more of theoretical set of projects working along. Like if you like if you just Google like how to become a data scientist, might be Kaggle might pop up, hacker rank hackathons, and Medium you might find a couple of articles around that. So most of the folks do all of those things who are really interested in, to enter into the area. So what the next step is, and the most significant one is ki, you if you are able to fetch up real-time industry experience, might be fetch a remote internship, or might be a full-time internship somewhere, might be online offline, that doesn't matter, but a real-time internship which actually helps you to get real-time industrial experience, where in the data science or analytics team in any of the good firms or startups. So that 6 months or 3 months can be the real differentiator of understanding whether actually it will also help increase improve your portfolio, and second part, it will help you whether you want to do this or not, whether, because understanding whether something is for you or not is also a very important thing, because later on, once you refine your like platform, and you yourself realize that data science is not something you want to pursue, something else, then again you'll have to remodel yourself. So internships are a good way of realizing whether something is good for you or not.
Okay.
uh, and uh, the more because the first job is the most important kickstart. Like for me, I started up with the PS was the most important differentiator. Like in bits we have like the summer PS, and the final year final fourth semester, or depending upon the 5-year program. So we have that PS as well, and it also offers us flexibility around okay, whether we want to do in what stream, and we have huge number of companies. So that's the most important platform wherein we can start up with and utilize it to our best. And after that, if you are interested, might be you can grab a PPO there itself, uh, which fortunately happened with me, and you can like perform the best as per the your internship manager's expectations. And if that doesn't help, might be of course outside we have all the like alumni or might be our references mentioned. And ATS plays a very important role today, because like most of the resumes are never human checked nowadays. They are like AI checked. So like Resume World is one of the websites. Like there could be many of the others. You can check that it's like a normal score, like plagiarism scores or something like that. There also you can check around how much percentage your resume scores. But that resume, that one pager, only matters when you have real time experience. Because even if you enter into the interview, it will only make sense if you are able to um, convince the hiring manager all his parts. So yeah.
Okay, sir. Sir, as data science is a broad field, what would you say that which field of data science is the most exciting, most future-proof, and the most well-paying?
See, nothing is future proof. This is very blunt answer, but it is true. Thing is, see, it is evolving with the time, okay, and this time duration is not very long. So I cannot say that this, let's say, Gen AI and LLMs, which is currently into market, right? It will go for 10 years, maybe 6 months, 1 year, something new can come. 2 year back, 2 year ago, there was no Gen AI, right? So we were using all the traditional approaches, whether it's a machine learning, NLP, deep learning, and we were trying to all these things this Gen AI does in few seconds. Frankly speaking, we also use generative AI, you can say applications almost every day for at least some part of work because we know that it will increase the productivity, right? So this is very important. So see, for future proofing, only thing is you should be a consistent learner. I can say dedicate at least some time every day, maybe an hour, 1 hour, 30 minutes, 2 hour, depends on your availability. But spend some time every day to understand what new things are happening. If something is exciting, try to learn that and try to implement that, and then showcase into the LinkedIn or wherever you feel like it is important, right? So all the professional networks you show that I have done this. So in that way only you can first of all enhance your visibility, and your future will be good. So that is something I can say, that make sure that you learn every day something. That is the only way of making your career as a future proof. Yes, Vinay, any thoughts on this?
Yeah, yeah. Your anyway is quite long, like experience than me, and yeah. So like when you said future proof, so it should not be like you should cut the part data science. It should be career future proof. Okay. So I have like fortunately worked in firstly was my manufacturing industry where people used to retire they used to join as a GET, and they used to retire. My first manager retired after 42 years serving there. So everywhere there the farewell were ki people were retiring. Now here here or in any of the IT companies, if you see, people are when it's a farewell, ki people are moving to another company or another role. So that's a very big differentiator between a core engineering company and a core IT company. And most of the data science roles come from the IT world of things. And when we say IT, so while I was moving from mechanical, like I was a core, I had given invested 1 decade from 2011 to 2018 into mechanical, and then I moved into the area of data science. So I realized ki in conventional core companies, the thing is ki you learn one skill, like say Katia, ANSYS, or whatever, and you can survive your whole life, whole career life on that one particular skill. But when we say IT means ki you have to adapt every few years for adaptability, and therefore the pays are high. And therefore we are sitting in this forum discussing about data science and not about how to develop engineering my ceiling fan. so because we had a discussion around this while my colleges ki we cannot increase the efficiency of our fan by even by 1%, but we can improve even this Google Meets performance by at least a few percent. There is a high probability we have that saturation available still with us. So the IT world is all about adaptability, and we have to consistently learn around. And again, coming at the why data science. So data science in 2000 era, like Anjani knows the software development was a buzzword then. Now data science was a buzzword around 2015 to 2018, and after that, product management is a new buzzword. Then something now like ChatGPT AI is a new buzzword. So buzzwords come and go around every few years, but the core a career future proof remains on like learnings and consistency, and problem solving is the key for all of our engineers. And along with it, like business will always be there. The business will always be there because that is where the consumers are benefiting from in real time. So business will always exist, but the ways of how business survives, competes, and grow, that will change, and that changes. And therefore, software development, data science, product management, whatever next X might come. After now, the AI is the next X. After that, the next Y, whatever would come. But we as a fraternity need to consistently learn and grow. And so that is my few words.
It's okay. Thank you, sir. And sir, finally, my question would be ki, what would be the biggest lesson that you would want us students to know? Ki, what every student from who attended the session should take away from this session? Like, what is the biggest lesson? What?
Hmm. See, I can say you should be clear in your mind that what you want. Okay. What happens generally that when people join engineering streams, that they are confused by seeing others that okay, he's doing this course, he's doing that course, or so. First of all, fix, or you can say you should be clear that you wanted to go in data science field or maybe AI field or whatever field you're choosing, right? You should be very much clear. Work hard towards that. Build a very good profile, right? Reach out to the people. Try to solve as many problem you can so that you have very good command over things. And that's all. I think consistent, regular investing time, some many money, right, on the courses and technology, right, it definitely helps. So just keep doing that thing and you should be good, I feel. Yeah, that's all from my side.
Yeah, adding to this, a couple of folks here are like freshmen or they're in the third or fourth year of places. So like the point is like academia as a whole are uh, like there are so many opportunities available on the campus and so many things to be done around. So this is the best time to explore all the possible angles you can explore, and then might be in the first or second year you can explore all the possible ways and then narrow down. Okay, you narrow down to a few things, and then in the third or final year you can narrow down to okay, these are the two or three things you want to actually continue doing it and become expert of those two three things. It could be one sport, it could be one hobby, it could be one it could be research, it could be one career option. So one should be paying you, one should which you can build your health around, and all those angles of things. So like a hobby and your profession, this could be different and it could be same, but like these are the play these academias are laboratories of mind. So therein you can explore all the possible things, because after we enter into industry, like exploration restricts because of like continuation of work and all of those things. So there comes more monotonicity towards work. So yeah, and while you explore and you finalize ki these are the three four or two things you want to pursue, so you can like consistently work around those things. Like Anjani has repeated it multiple times, but consistency is the only key. Consistency and perseverance are the only key for magic to happen.
So, sir, now we'll take some questions from the people who are attending the meeting. I would request everyone who has a question to raise their hand. So nobody has a question.
It's good that people are clear, right? Because clarity is
I think I covered all the questions.
yes, yes.
Yeah. So, sir, if there are no questions, I think then we are done for today. Okay,
Okay.
so as we wrap up, and I would like to thank you, Mr. Anjali Kumar and Mr. Vinay Joshi, for sharing your time and giving us valuable insights. And it was a pleasure to meet you.
Same here,
Yeah,
Karthik. It
I have one last
always.
question. Sorry.
Yes, Gagan.
Yeah, the general question. Like, say, I'm experienced person. Okay, let's say any experience. Look, I want to start data science. Maybe like which vast, right? We don't even like even freshers like data science get very vast. how can I start? What is the like any like sequence ways to start on things? Like it can be anything, right? We spoke of many things like problem solving, other things, right? So where one should start their journey into 12, because after seeing the data set, I could see that many 10-15 topics which makes us frightened, right? So how to start with, and it will be easy for everyone, so that they can learn step by step, so that they'll also delve into the data science but much without
So,
dropping.
got it. Thank you Evan, for your question. So, see, for experienced candidate, right? Like you said, you have some experience. So, it is taken in a different way altogether. Okay. So, see, for the learning part, what happens is there are multiple streams. So, few things are kind of a must. Few things based on the stream. Like you have to learn Python, you have to learn statistics, you should learn machine learning. This is a kind of crucial. After that, there is a kind of a different streams which opens. You might wanted to work into natural language area basically, so it excites the text data excites you, right? So you can think of going into that field. If you are looking to create something using the visual pictures video, there is some other area, right, where you can create your you can go in that field. Or maybe you wanted to be a statistician, right? You just wanted to create do some statistical work on the day-to-day basis, so you can work in that field also. So it depends on what is your interest, but I can say Python, statistics and machine learning is must. And then after you decide what excites you in this journey. And for experienced candidate, what happens is how what we see leadership skills, how he can handle data science teams, uh, how his thought process is. Because see, when you have, let's say, 15 years of experience, and you cannot join as a junior data scientist or simply data scientist, right? Because you also have some expectation, because the salary and everything will change, right, according to that. So you have some expectation like, okay, at least I should be senior data scientist or lead or manager, whatever. So the team which you are handling, that they might be knowledgeable than you, because they are working in that area for longer time. How you will convince them? So solving, convincing power, there might be some conflicts, how you are going to solve those things, right? Apart from understanding the use case. So for you, understanding the use case, giving some ideas, and team can take it forward, right? And talking in the same language to your stakeholders is important. So you should focus on those areas along with the basic thing which I have mentioned, and that is going to definitely help you, Pawan. I hope I answered your question.
Yeah, great, Anjali, thank you so much.
Does anybody else have a question?
No, thank you all.
Okay.
Excuse me, sorry, I have a question.
Yes, Neha.
Sorry. Um, so, I mean, what I wanted to ask is actually with AI coming up and with the data analysis background, how do we incorporate at individual level? Like, I mean, would you suggest any tools or something to practice on or to start with to get integrated with AI a little bit with data analytics as the background?
uh, See, I will not say to go with the tools, because tools keep changing. Okay, today you will learn some tool, tomorrow you might have to learn something else, and every company has their own proprietary right for the things. Okay, let's maybe today I'm using Azure as a cloud platform. Tomorrow I might have to use GCP, right? So I will focus on the basic, focus on the core things, right? So if you are a data analyst, well and good, you should focusing on understanding at least the, let's say, machine learning part. So maybe we have 15, 20 models, right? Which is go in depth. Let's understand, let's say, random forest. So understand how random forests work internally. There are a lot of parameters. Try to tune those parameters when you create, right? See the output, and then make some notes and see, so that this will help you to solve the real use cases when it comes, right? And that will help you actually. So these are the tools I will not suggest. Yeah, few tools like let's say people are sometimes just to show the things, right? People use Power BI or Tableau, so those things it's fine learning. But if you focus on only let's say today, right? Gen AI is hype. People are using LangChain, people are using Llama Index and all. Tomorrow something else will come. What you will do? So I will say focus on the core part apart from focusing. So let's say if you have 1 hour, no, spend 40-45 minutes on the core and 15 minutes for the tool. That's how you can spend time. I hope I answered, Sneha.
Yes, yes, yes. But I mean, yeah, the tools that you mentioned just now, yes, they can be used, right, for
They can be
individual
used.
practice or yeah,
Yes.
to
Yeah.
yes.
For practice purpose, anyhow, it's fine. Like you might use Jupyter Notebook, you might use Visual Studio Code, you can use any tool, right, for development part and all, and deployment also. Like some people are using Streamlit Community Cloud for deployment. Some people are using there is something called Heroku platform. They use that. So those are free platforms. You can simply go and utilize that. But do not dependent on those things. You try to understand things from your
Mhm.
own. Okay. Yeah.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Anybody else who has a question, please turn on your mic. I think, sir, I think we are done, sir, now.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Karthik, for
Thank you so
invitation.
much,
Yeah.
Mr. Vinay Joshi and Mr. Anjali Kumar.
Thank you, yeah, for the invitation, and thank you, Anjali. It was nice catching up with all of you.
Thank you, Vinay. Thank you, Karthik. Thank you, everyone, for
Good
joining.
evening. Bye.
Good evening. Happy weekend. Bye bye.
Happy weekend.
Bye.